Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a celebration 100 years in the making. The landmark Portland Theater Cinema 21 marks its centennial with a festival honoring its history and looking forward to its future. Here to share more, we welcome Cinema 21 owner Tom Ranieri. Good to have you with us, Tom.
Good morning.
How long have you owned Cinema 21?
I've owned it since '87.
Wow.
That's the previous century, which makes it 38 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
But I started there in 1980.
What were you doing when you started there?
I was managing the theater for a company that used to exist in Seattle, and they closed it in '86, and I reopened it a year later. Yeah.
Now, this 10-day festival, tell me what's happening.
All right, so tonight is the party.
Okay.
It's a celebration of really the people that come there.
Right.
You know, we have probably 300 or 350 people coming, and we're going to be, doing, cake and gelato and small bites and drinks, and then we're going to herd them into the auditorium at some point and do a auction and a raffle, and then we're going to have people speak. I'll be up there speaking, and then finally there's a special presentation that we put together of about a century of film that we're just going to play. It's about an hour long.
So tell me about the history of Cinema 21, because really it's significant Portland history, because you've played many movies. I mean, the eclectic array of movies that you've played at Cinema 21.
For sure. And when I started, it was still what they called a repertory house, which was before VHS and DVD, and those are films that you couldn't see because they had, they might be classics, they might be, 10 or 20 years old.
Yeah.
And we were able to get them from distributors and play them. We had a calendar of films that we would play. It would be 3 months at a time. But what happened was that once VHS and home video became widespread, we were foreclosed out of that position of being able to say when you can see a movie from the past.
Right.
And so that changed everything. But the theater has always been more art related since around 1960. The previous owner of the building, yeah, a man named Ed Fessler, he ran it as art theater. He changed the name to Cinema 21 in 1962, and he played like Cabaret when it won the Academy Award. He played Taxi Driver, and so since that period of time, we've always been leaning towards art house.
You play the movies that are little known, but really just they have a big fan base. I mean,
well, let's say among a certain segment of the population,
people who really love little films.
Yeah, although the little films now have also become big, and it has a lot to do with
And didn't Wild premiere there?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that was a fluke, because there was a person I knew in Seattle who told me that she would have this special event for me if I got new seats in the main auditorium. That's after we expanded. And I said, well, how much time? She said 6 months. I think the next week we launched our Kickstarter campaign to put new seats in there, and I think we finished installing them
just in time.
The Friday before the Monday, premiere with Reese Witherspoon and Jean-Marc Vallée, the director, and Laura Dern. So that was a big deal.
And Portland's own Cheryl Strayed wrote the original book, which was
Cheryl.
Oh no. Yeah. Gus Van Sant too has also made an appearance there and had films there.
On a number of occasions, we had him there for Drugstore Cowboy when we premiered that, and also, don't worry, he won't get far on foot. The John Callahan story. Yeah. He was there for that, and that was actually a benefit. That was a great night.
And I know you've had Paul Williams there too.
Yeah, that was actually through a guy named Chris Susarenko, who used to run Clinton Street Video. He got Paul up there to do a benefit, and it filled up, and it was great. I mean, Paul Williams is just like a trooper, and he's he's even older than I am. So, you know.
When you think of the big moments, what stands out as one of the biggest moments for Cinema 21?
Well, one for sure was when we reopened after COVID. We had been closed for 14 months. It took us 3.5 years to get back to where we were prior to COVID. But you know, definitely having Gus's film was huge for us. We actually, I could tell you a long story, but we actually had the premiere of I'm blanking on Wes Anderson's film about the Budapest Hotel, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay, yeah.
That was huge for us. That put us on the map after we reopened with 2 new screens. But there have been a lot of films that were big for us that, you know, gave us a reputation, and that's really important in our business. Well,
I'm sure you've taken a big hit, like during the times when like VHS came out and then DVDs came out, and now you're dealing with people watch at home streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still have an audience.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's nostalgia to going to a movie theater.
Also, the communal experience of sharing. It's so important. We have Sean Baker, who won the Academy Award, coming. His Best Picture, Best Director. I don't know if you remember when he accepted the Oscar for Best Picture. He thanked his crew, and then he went into this impassioned plea for people to go to movie theaters to see movies. And I was watching it, and I was like, you know, I've got to get this guy up here, you know, and he's coming, not this Sunday, but the following, the 28th.
And Shawn Levy's going to be talking with him.
And Shawn's going to be talking to him. And Shawn's great with this sort of thing.
And what was the movie that he won for?
Well, so he won for Anora.
Anora, that's right. I loved Anora.
Yeah, but we're going to be showing Tangerine, which is 10 years old. Tangerine was famously made on iPhones, and so that was sort of the big story about it. But it's a miracle of a film. It's you know, fairly, it's about 2 trans girls working on Sunset Strip and their relationship, but it's a beautiful film, and he made it for a very small amount, and yet at the end you have a film, and it's magic what he did. You know, Sean Baker is the kind of guy, when he has a new film out, you know, everyone's going, oh, Sean Baker's got a new film. That's you know, for people who are more in the cinephile.
Yes. And you have people who've come to your theater over the decades past who've now gone on to be filmmakers themselves, and they credit Cinema 21 with getting them.
Who's that?
Oh, well, I know that growing up in Portland, you have a lot of Portlanders who love film.
Yeah.
And they get into the business of whether it's editing or shooting or whatever. And it's their childhood going to Cinema 21 and seeing films in a very small space that makes them feel like they're connected, and like you said, the communal experience.
And I think for a while there, when we were playing more repertory, it was almost like you know, an education. Exactly. They would come and study there, you know. For sure, you're right, absolutely. I just didn't think about it.
You did not taking credit where it's due.
That's right.
There we go. We want to tell everyone that we're going to put all the information for you about the festival, the 10-day festival, on our website at k2.com. Again, Cinema 21. Tom Ranieri, thank you very much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
Okay.
All right, and you did good on camera. You did great.
Nice.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.